you send to me the answer. This is correct, except that you always forget the term behind. Let me, where is it? Let me tell you. Okay, right. Now you see this part. This part, the differentiation is correct. This one and this one, all this is correct. All this correct, except that when there's one more part here. This part. How to explain? Okay. Never mind. You see this, you differentiate this, you get 1. Right? The top, you differentiate the top, you get 1. Then you the bottom here, you just keep. Okay, the bottom you just keep. So this is okay already. Then the next part is you keep this one, keep the x. Then you differentiate the bottom. You differentiate, you have 1 over 2, then this thing, and the power minus 1. Now, this one comes from the composite function of a function. When you differentiate inside, you get 1 here. You get 1. Differentiate this, you get 1. So I see that this this is correct. This is correct. This is correct. There should be x at the top there. There should be x at the top. When this is the x, then this one is correct. You see here, the x at the top, then the 2 square root of x minus 1. And this one, right? This one is the square root divided by 1. Then you cross multiply these two. You cross multiply these two. When you take this 2 square root of x minus 1, multiply with square root of x minus 1, you have this 2x minus 2. So it's 2x minus 2. Minus 2. Correct. Not minus 1. Because when you multiply the 2 inside, you have 2x minus 2. Then, when the 1 multiply with the x, you have x here. Okay. Oh, this question you didn't write out clearly, but the next question you wrote down clearly what is there. Right? I explained the next question. So at the bottom there, you have this one and these two, right? This one and this one. Oh no, this one is not. It's not 2. Okay, so at the bottom there, you have 2x square root of x minus 1. X minus 1 square root of x minus 1. Now, where this x minus 1 come from? This one come from here. The x minus 1 here, the original one. Then the square root come from where? The square root come from this one. The 2 and the square root. The 2 and the square root come from here. Okay. Now 2x minus x is x left. Minus 2 is minus 2. So this is the answer. Now what I can see here is you know how to differentiate, but you don't know how to simplify. Right? You don't know how to simplify. So this one you can refer to this later, right? When I post in the YouTube, then you go through again. We go to the next question. Okay, clear first, Yeah. Okay. Now the next question is from your, this is very clear. It's written very clearly. Okay. You differentiate the square root of x, you have half x to the power negative x. This is correct. Then you keep the denominator here. Okay, correct. Then the next part, you keep this square, the numerator here. Then you differentiate the denominator, you get 1. This is also correct. Right, this is correct, all this is correct. Then you divide by this bottom square. This is also correct. Now, this one, you put at the top here. Right? This one you put at the top here. Then the square root x, you put square root x over 1. So this thing, I have written over here. Right? X over 2 root x. X plus 1 over 2 root x. X plus 1 over 2 root x. This is correct, right? Then the behind we have square root of x over 1, square root of x over 1. X plus 1 square, x plus 1 square. So you got this correct, right? You got this correct. So it means that your differentiation is correct. The differentiation is correct. The simplification part. Simplification, you take this diagonal, multiply. You have x plus 1 multiply with 1. X plus 1 multiply with 1 is x plus 1. This is correct. Okay. And over here, you have the other diagonal, 2 square root x multiply with square root x. The square root x multiply with square root x is x. Then multiply with 2 again, you have 2x. But here, you have square root x. This is wrong. This part is wrong. So what should it be? This part? This part should be 2x. How you get 2x? You have 2 square root x multiplied with square root x. So far, any question? This part is correct already. This part is correct. This one only. This one. This one, why wrong? Because you have to put square root x over 1. When you multiply, it becomes 2x. It's not square root x. So far, any question?
No.
No. No, then we can simplify. X minus 2x is negative x. Then this 1, positive 1, is this positive 1 here. So it's 1 minus x. Denominator, you take this, you put at the bottom. So put at bottom, 2 square root x, x plus 1. This is correct. This is correct. So what is wrong? Only this part. Right? So the previous question, also the same thing. The part that involved the fraction one, we didn't do. You thought if it is 1, then you don't have to do anything. No. If it is 1 at the bottom, you still need to cross multiply. Right? It's just like your previous one. Huh? The previous question here, the later part here, this one. You still need to cross multiply. Right? So we come back to this. So this is correct. This is the answer already, right? So when I post this, then you, in the YouTube, you go through this again. Okay, now we go back to implicit differentiation. Can you still remember implicit differentiation? Now, the rule behind implicit differentiation is the chain rule. What is the chain rule? This is the chain rule, right? Chain rule says that if you differentiate z with respect to x, so you can split out z at the top, x at the bottom. In between here, you can fill up anything you want. You fill up anything you want. So if the other variable is y, then you put dz dy, dy over dx. If the other variable is t, then you write down dz dt, dt dx. Right? So normally, this is the part that you have to add, you have to tambah when you do implicit differentiation. When you do implicit differentiation. Okay, right. Without wasting any more time, we continue with this. Okay, now we look at this example here. We have a product of two terms, x and y. Now this x and y, I want to differentiate with respect to x. So I say d dx xy. d dx xy means I differentiate with respect to x, the y multiply x multiplied with y. So far, can you see what we are going to do? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 We are going to differentiate this term xy with respect to x. So because x and y is a product of two functions, so you have to use the product rule. The product rule says you have to differentiate one, then keep the other one. Then differentiate one, keep the other one. Okay. So we are now going to differentiate the first one first, this one. Differentiate x, keep y. So differentiate x, you have 1. Differentiate x with respect to x. Differentiate x with respect to x, you have 1. Then the y, don't differentiate. So that's why you have 1 multiplied with y. Okay, right. The next one is you keep the x, don't differentiate the x, you differentiate the y. When you differentiate the y with respect to x, you just differentiate the first step, differentiate like usual. Differentiate y, you get 1. Differentiate y, you get 1. But because you are differentiating y with respect to x, you have to add this term here, dy dx then. Dy dx. Where it come from? Come from our chain rule. You differentiate with respect to y, then you must write down dy dx. Differentiate with respect to y, you see dy there, then you put down dy dx. So the same thing here. So this one comes from, where is it? The one here comes from differentiating the y with respect to y. Then this one, dy dx, because you are differentiating with respect to x, you have to add the dy dx there. So when you multiply out, this thing is 1 plus y. I'm sorry, 1 multiplied with y is y. X multiplied with 1 multiplied with dy dx is x dy dx. Any questions so far?
No.
No, you know the chain rule and you know implicit differentiation. Okay, good. So now we are going to do one more, this differentiation here. Right, this one. What they say? Differentiate the following equations with respect to x, hence find dy dx in terms of x and y. So we're going to do A. A is x squared plus y squared equals to 4. Now this equation, we are going to differentiate with respect to x. Okay, how to differentiate with respect to x? I'm going to explain, right? Okay, so this is 2x squared. Remember, we want to differentiate with respect to x. Huh? So x squared differentiate with respect to x is what? Bring down the 2, then less by 1. So it is 2x. Differentiate x squared with respect to x, we have 2x. Do I need to put down dy dx behind here? Yes or no?
No.
No. Why no? Because we are differentiating x with respect to x. X with respect to x, no need to add another term behind. Okay, now we're going to differentiate this one, y squared. y squared consists of one only. It is not a product of two functions. It's only one. So differentiate y squared become 2y. Differentiate y squared become 2y. But since we are differentiating this y, not with respect to y, if respect to y, then this is the answer already. But we are differentiating this y square with respect to x. So you have to perform two times the differentiation using the chain rule, using the chain rule. So the first time you differentiate y with respect to this y square with respect to y. But because we are differentiating the y square, we are actually differentiating the y square with respect to x. So you have to add this term there, dy dx there. Okay or not?
Okay.
Then differentiate 4 with respect to x is 0. So actually, if they ask you to differentiate, this is the answer already. But the question say, find dy dx. So from this equation here, we have to find dy dx. Okay? So differentiate, put down the other. Now, how to find dy dx? You move the 2x over. Move the 2x over, become negative 2x. We want to make dy dx the subject of the formula. So this 2y, you must bring over to the other side. So become 2x divided by 2y. So it becomes 2x to negative 2x divided by 2y. Negative 2x divided by 2y. The 2 and 2 can cancel, become negative x over y. Any question?
No.
No. Now, what we are doing here is, first of all, we differentiate first. Then after differentiating, then we find dy dx. That is, make dy dx the subject of the formula. Okay, next one. Since this one can, then this one, blah, 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 blah. Can you try this one? Then you show me. You try this one. This using this example here. Okay, try B now. differentiate becomes 6x, correct? Differentiate, that correct. Uh, there's a mistake here. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Now you look at this. Where is the mistake? I show you where is the mistake. Now, when you differentiate x with respect to x, this is correct. This is correct. This, how to write? Cannot write on top. Okay, like that. Okay, right. So this is correct. Okay. When you differentiate this with respect to x, they become 4y. This is correct. But because you are differentiating y with respect to x, you miss out one term here. That is the dy dx. You miss out dy dx. And differentiate 6x with respect to x is 6. This is correct. Differentiate 4y with respect to x. Differentiate 4y is 4, correct? But you have to add the dy dx there. Then differentiate, oh, this is 0, okay. So what you miss out is dy dx here and dy dx here. And now you add the dy dx back. Oh, cannot, you straight away you have to, from the first step, you have to write down dy dx. Oh, this is y with respect to x, you put dy dx. This is y with respect to x, you put dy dx. The next step from here, from this step onwards, you have to gather all the dy dx. The dy dx and dy dx, you factorize the dy dx. This circle and circle, you move to this side. You move to this side of the equation. You want to try again?
Mm.
You factorize this one, there's a dy dx here, dy dx here. Then these two circle one, you move to the other side. You show me again how to do.
The minus 4y dy dx plus 4 dy dx must simplify.
Let me see. Where is it? It, it is not 10. It's not 10. You know why it's not 10 or not? Where is it? Okay, I write in pencil. Okay, what you have here is 6x minus 4y dy over dx, then minus 6 plus 4 dy over dy over dx equals to 0. So this term with dy dx, this term with dy dx, you factorize them. So you take out the common factor dy over dx. When you take out dy dx, you have 4 left. 4. When you take out dy dx, you have negative 4y. Negative 4y. Then these two terms, without dy dx, you bring over the other side. Negative 6 bring over the other side, become 6. 6x bring over the other side, become negative 6x. So what is dy over dx? Dy over dx equals to 6 bracket 1 minus x.
Oh.
1 minus x over 4 bracket 1 minus y. So this is your dy dx. Okay, now? Okay. So you copy this, you do the correction on your paper. Then I go to the next question. You copy this first. You copy all this inside your paper here. Okay. Finish copying? Okay.
Yes.
Right. You finish copying, then we go to the next problem here. Come back here. Let's see. Are you? Oh, the 2 and 6 and 4 can cancel. So it's actually 3 over 2. Okay, so we look at the next one. The next one here, we have this one. No product rule, this one no product rule. All this got no product rule. Then when you look at the later part, like that one, got product rule, like this number 8, number 8. You look at number 8, it is this one. Use the product rule, right? So number 8, starting from number 8, you see got xy there, got xy there, got xy there, xy. All this you need to use the product rule. So from number 1 until number 7, no product rule. Very simple, just this one. Okay. So without wasting time, maybe you can try now. You try number 2. You try number 2 and number 6. You try number 2 and number 6. You try number 2 and number 6. Okay, you try 2 and 6. If can do, then you try some more this time. You try now, then you show me 2 and 6. You want to refer to this one here. refer to this. Okay, correct. Very good. Okay, we have 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Uh, so you this time with implicit one, you try. Where is it? You try this one. Number. I choose one simpler one. Number 9, simpler one. Number 9 and number 9 and number 12. You try number 9 and number 12. Right? These two. So, 9 and number 12. Okay. You copy down the question. Only 3 minutes left. You just copy down the question and try. When we come back at 9 o'clock, we start on integration. Integration.
If xy means 1 times x plus 1 times y.
Which one are you?
The
You're
9,
copying number 9,
the xy, the xy,
Sorry?
the xy.
XY, XY, okay. XY is exactly the same as this. This one. Okay? You just
Hmm.
look at this one, how to do.
Okay.